So yeah, can anyone volunteer yourself just for the revision of yesterday's session? This is the continuation of the same topic. Like yesterday, what we did, like you created the planning models, right? So how to import that data into that SAC, right? And now today, what we are going to do that we pull the data and we'll put into that SAC. We create dimension, required dimension, and other things, other entities, what are needed. And later we create version management. And using that version management, if time permits, we will also work on that data action. So why do we need to study? What is the main objective of this topic? Can anyone tell me that one? Just give it a try, because your participation really encourage us, right? So that if you don't say anything, as if what we feel that we are talking to walls or something, we feel that, and that interaction may not continue for further. And like what is important, see, we have a lot of things, lot of content there, but whether those contents make sense for you or not, that's very important for any teacher, right? So this is the same thing we are doing. So please participate. See, language is not a constraint. Whatever the language you are comfortable, you can talk to me. So if I able to speak that language, I'll speak. And you should not make fun of other language. So that is the important thing you have to remember. You are already matured and responsible people, so you can clearly understand that. So no need to worry about that. Can anyone volunteer that what you did in your yesterday's session and what we are going to do it now? Just I'll give you 2 minutes, because your participation is equally important. Yeah. So like we do and we just show that one end of the day and no output. So it may not make any sense. Yeah. So anyways, let me share my screen and let me just share that what we did in our yesterday's session and what we are going to do in today's session. See, the basic idea is that we are going to implement retail planning model. So what does it mean? I have just described entire thing here. So, take your time, take 1 or 2 minutes and just, what you interpret from this one, please, one of you just tell me that one. So firstly, what we do that we import the data and we map and we apply version management in SAC, right? So why do we need to do that? And today's topic is, what is the name of the today's topic? Can anyone tell me that? Please respond. I'm waiting for your response. So basically, we leverage advanced features, right? So what do you mean by leverage? Leveraging advanced features in SAP Analytics for planning. So that's the main idea. So means leverage means we use the different AI tools and embedded AI tools we use. And like, in Excel, you must have tried macros. Do you know macros in Excel? So macros is meant for that automation. Means what we do that when we just repeat the same process, like, we can record our work and just, we can play it. Once we play that, whole thing will get automated. And, most of our work will be like, repetitive in nature. So it means that every day we do the same thing, right? And we will get fatigues and we will lose interest over the repetitive work. We think that something change should be there, right? So, and when you automate that process, that will increase your productivity and you can focus on that high end value. So it means that you'll get time to innovate something, right? And here also we do the same thing. So let us get started with that one. And let me, oh, before that, let me share that. One second. Just a second. I'll second. Let me share that data file with you. One second. One second. Give me a moment. I'm really sorry. One second. Yeah, please hold on. Actually, uh, like we will work together, then you can clearly understand the process. Then only I can walk you through that, the mechanics of that process, so that you can clearly understand and you can do it on your own. So independently, you should be able to do that, right? That's very important. So just a second. Yeah, I shared that CSV file in in the WhatsApp group, SAP GC Analytics E2E group. Can all of you just download that? Please, all of you download that into your system and open your SAC workbench. See, once you do download, just use your emoji icons or emojis. Just show me that you have done that one. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thanks for your information. So see, this kind of active participation, I expect that one. Okay. So good job. So what about others? Please, all yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Dia. Yeah, Lavanya. Good. Please, once you are done with that one, I just need at least 4 to 5 members. And what I expect that now, yesterday, our trainers explained to you that, right? How we can do that one. So can one of you just give it a try? Because if you try it, then you will understand, you will value that technique, right? If you don't try it, you think that it's simple, right? And this simple thing, when you are working on your own, so it will become so complicated. And if you use that AI or whatever it may be, like, it's really, uh, painful process. How? Because, we have limited uh, energy and power, right? So it will drain our resources. So that's what you'll understand it. That's the reason. Just give it a try. I'm giving you for everyone 5 minutes. Exactly, it is a 5:10, right? Till 5:15, I'm giving you everyone. See, you already know the process. My expectation from you, just populate that data into your SAC. Yeah. If it goes wrong, that's absolutely fine. When I start showing you that, you could just do the new one. Okay. I'll show you that. But before that, I want you to do that. Once you are done with that one, just yeah, show your thumbs up or like done or whatever it may be. Just respond, whatever the way you feel to do that one. Yeah, surely. I will explain it again. Definitely, I will explain that one. I am giving you 4 more minutes. Try to make use of it because you will not get much time for your taking examination. And what happens, this is the same frame of your mind that will be there. You think that, okay, we have 10 days, 15 days, and you to have many other work, right? So, and the simple process will become very complicated, and it just our mind will become blank when we are on that project. So I want to see that one where you get stuck. Then I will definitely, I'll show you that. I'm here to show you that, right? Anyone who 25 members are there, like out of 25, I can expect at least four, 3 or 4. Still, it's a reasonable expectation, right? Yes. Please, your participation is equally important, and this session is meant for you, right? Give it a try. See, if you don't get that, that's absolutely fine. But if you don't try it, you never get it. You remember that point always. So now our main idea is to establish a fully functional planning model, right? So what do you mean by forecast? Plan and forecast budgeting, what are they? You may ask, okay, we are BTech students, engineering students, why we are learning about that, these commercial thing, right? The commercial terminology, see, commerce terms, right? These are, but basically you have to earn, right? Once you come out of that one. So the commerce is also equally important. So definitely that's the reason. And this is economics, right? You should understand that how these things will work. And when they, because what is your strength? Your strength, you are really good at math, right? That concept you are going to apply. I mean, here, and you make the process simpler and easier. And that is what your client will value. And that would be your value proposition, right? And that's the differentiator in the market. So, yeah. So you should know how to sell your service, correct? So, any answer? Anyone? Maybe just, like, if you are at like, first or second stage, that's absolutely fine. If you volunteer yourself for sharing the screen, I really appreciate that, because unless you jump into the water, you never learn swimming. Always you remember. Just by watching, you never do that, right? You should jump into the water. Yeah. So, okay. Anyways, let me show you that one. That's fine. 1 second. Sure. See. Basically, we are going to create one model. So this process will start from that modeler. So modeler will create a model, and we have the given data set, and we have that data, right? And actually, I have that data in my local system, so directly I'll upload it from my system. And this is a CSV file. Just remember that, because that's simpler. And once you come here, do remember every point, everything is important. Here we have CSV delimiter. What do you mean by that? Means your document, how that will be read. So did you see that, the structure of your document and what I shared that with you? It's a CSV file. Means every entity is separated by comma. So this here delimiter is nothing but separator. You need to choose that separator as comma. If you don't use it, then definitely it will throw an error. You need to take care of that. Then you should click on create, right? And it takes time because we are importing the data into SAC, right? Okay, here you can see that. Are you following me? Please do respond. If you don't say anything, I don't think whether the connection is there or not. Even I might have lost connection. I'll be under that impression. Okay, so you can see that all the headings: date, version, account, product, department, amount. Okay, so date, the system recognized amount as an integer. Okay, it's a measure, right? Definitely, all these days you heard about that, right? Quantitative data, qualitative data, categorical data, all these things, right? So already you are aware of that one. It's just measures and dimension. They are those are the basis for that, right? So here we have only one numerical value. That should be treated because date, it's a different entity, right? So that is yeah, system automatically that put under that measure. Okay, so now you think that what about other thing? Whenever you are planning, so two things are necessary. What you need to have, that you need to have the dimension should be of what type of dimension? Date and version. Because whatever you have, these are the actual data. Means these are historical data. Now we are imported, or you can capture that thing data from that, from your HANA, SAP S4 HANA. So those things we are not supposed to change it, right? Those are transactions are happening, right? So for that, what we do that we create three-way versions, and where we can change historical data, we are not going to change anything. We will change those things only in budget and forecasting. Means those are different scenario, like what if analysis, we call that one. Because main idea of that data action, what happens, like business will not be the same throughout the year. There will be seasonality, right? Sometimes you like there will be more customers, and sometimes you may not find any customers. It depends on that, seasonal festival season. There may be different types of that based on that business, right? But if you understand that pulse, like how you can maintain that your inventory, and how you can optimize that process so that you can make the best profit from that process, right? And what you are doing here, main idea is that you are giving your user a good experience. So you are creating your brand. So because sometimes you say that, okay, that book was good, this book was nice. You say that. Why do you say that? Because your experience that matters, correct? So now if you want to create a good experience for the other user, it should be well thought and well designed, right? So that is what we are going to do. That next, we will change these types. Always you remember, whenever you click on, see, this section, you have to always click on that one, because this is SAP, right? Here only you can change that. See, the type we have generic. So what we have to do that here, we should change to date, correct? So now you can see that name, okay, let it be date itself. That won't be any problem. And granularity means when you do the drill down 2 months, you can do that, because structure, if you see that, the format in our column, it is year and month. We have that one. So that's the reason just we leave in that format itself and just say okay. And what other thing should we change here? Now we are done with that one. Now already I told you, right? One more thing we need to create a plant version. So what is that? So all of you are you on the same page? Have you done the same thing? See, I will go really slow so that everyone, at least 50% of participant should be with me. Are you with me? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is what that will encourage me to take the new level. Okay, thank you. And now what should we do in the next step? Version. Version should be changed to which type? That should be changed to version type, right? So everything will stay the same. No need to worry about that. Like, only that part we have to change it once we change. So are you doing the same thing? Because, like, yeah. So whenever there is an error or other thing, it shows you that, and you don't need to worry about that. So when it cannot be mapped properly, it will ask for us. Now what we have to do that, which category should we use? It should be actual. Try to understand why we are doing. These are historical data and the like actuals we call that. There are three categories we have. You can see that, right? However, we don't go for that rolling forecast. That's a really advanced topic. I will, if you are interested, then I can explain to you that part. But it may be slightly difficult for you to understand at this stage. But mainly, you remember that whenever you are making a version, there are three things: actuals, planning, budget. Okay, I mean, forecast is also there. That one also you can remember, right? So, but actual, budget, and forecast. These are the three things we are going to use now. Okay. Then, okay. All of you, are you doing the same thing? Okay. Now, now what we did, we created a model, right? Now we need to save it. Okay, let's save this one as okay, new. And if you want, you can give that description. That's absolutely fine. It's up to you. Giving description is always advisable so that because when you continuously work and you will forget what you are doing, that would happen. So description would help you to just recall that one and get that one, right? Now what we have to do that in the next step, we should go for data management, right? See, we created the structure, but we haven't populated data into that, right? In your database, that, right? Or what we do that, like we create the structure, schema will create it. Then we will just populate the data. So how to do that populate data? And that using that import option. And you can just select the same file. Again, you have to use commas separate. That part always you remember. Create. Don't refresh it. You should have patience. So okay. Now we need to set up import. So now you can see that there are 72 records we have, right? The given data, whatever we have in our Excel sheet, you can see it here. This is our given data. So this is the data preparation stage. Just go to next. Next. And next. Now we need to run import. Okay, so one thing, you can see that reverse sign by account type. So what does it mean? Because, like here, I did not use that account type as account. The reason is that it may become slightly complicated for you. In most of the real time, what happens in accounting process, they don't use the negative sign for displaying number. They use that red. It means that that's a negative value. It's a loss, right? So that's a way. So if you turn it on and if you use one of that field as a account there, then we can use that one. Now here we don't need to do that one. We can just simply finish it, because most of your projects and other things are real time, right? So you should be careful about that. You may think that, okay, now we are not using, why should we learn that one? But understanding is very important for you. Now you can see that, right? All the check marks. This is called data validation, right? So I expect that at least 5 to 6 students should do that, and they should share their screen and they have to demonstrate that. If they do that, then only I'll go to the next topic. Or else if I go to the next topic, it may not make any sense, because I believe that, when you can't generate a version management, then what is the use of, you know, operating that data action tool? And there I plan to do that one scripted one. So that would be too advanced for you. Yeah. So that's a reason. Please, I want volunteers who will do it. I'll give you a few minutes. If you want, then our whole process, I'll explain to you using PPT so that, you can clearly understand it and you how to do that one. So, are you working on it? Are you there? Hello? Please, you take your time. I mean, I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes. You please work on that one. Then I'll take you to the next one. Please, if you don't say anything, how I feel that, I'm just talking to myself. The session should be interactive, right? See, language should not become a constraint. You can talk to me in any language. I don't mind. If I understand, definitely I'll respond. If I don't understand, then I may ask you to just, translate that. That's absolutely fine. Because your understanding is very important. What do they check? They check your technical skills, right? And, if you pass your examination also, you have to retain your job, right? Unless you have some transferable skills there, you can't retain your job, isn't it? Are you there? Please, I want at least 1 or 2 students. Sangeeta, can you give it a try? Hello, Sangeeta. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. I'm trying, but I'm little bit confused about.
No worries, no worries. Okay. Can you share your screen? I'll stop sharing my screen. Then I'll just, I'll let you share your
Yes, sir.
screen.
Yes, sir. Okay.
That's absolutely fine, because, I can understand it. It takes time. Second,
Yes.
just a second. I'll start sharing screen. 1 second. Thank you. Yeah. Please share your screen. Yeah, good. Dimension type version, that's correct. Oh, yeah, press, yeah. Yeah, it's visible to me. Yeah, I think, I hope everyone can see that one.
Yes, sir. I was top of my working here data, and then after my
Yeah, you are in the version,
understand.
right? Can you see that type?
Yes, sir.
You need to change that generic to version only. Version, yeah.
So after
Then, okay, just press OK. That's it. You don't need to change name. So let it be that one. I created very simple database, right? Because everyone should understand that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
now
sir.
click on
Try-
that review.
trying some-
No, no problem. That's see, click on that review.
Sir, can you explain again?
Yeah, here you need to select actuals because this is the actual data, right? Even see, actually, why it prompts for that, whether it's the actual or not, because if we selected that account as account, then it would not have asked for that. But now, yeah, actuals, the first one. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. So far, so good.
Yes, sir. Then after account.
No need to change account. Let it be there because that would become slightly complicated for you. No problem. If it is general type also, that's fine. It works.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now save it. Save this model because you created a model structure. You can see that, right?
Yes.
You give the name. It's a model structure, right? It just okay, no problem. So what have you done so far? Because it should not be like click that one, right? What you are doing, you should understand logically, right? What have you
Yes,
done so far? We have done something, right? What is that? What is that process? We created structure, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Using the given database, I mean, given data set, we created a structure. Now, what we are supposed to do now? We have to populate the given data into these structures, right? You created a structure and you will pull the data, right? For that, what we have to do that? Go to the same model structure. Can you see there? Please go there. No.
Yes.
Top. Yes. Please, data management.
Data man.
Yes, data management. Yeah. Okay, great. Please, can you close that status bar? The status is there, right? Right. Just click on that one. Yeah, that will get closed. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that one. Import. That's the import option. Yeah, you need to choose the file. Wait for a second. I asked you to wait for that one, right? Okay, no problem. No worries, no worries, no worries. Okay, no problem. Sometimes it works, sometimes there may be. Okay, no problem. Because if you okay, set up import. No problem. Set up import. Yeah. Now can you see that the given data means Already it is in our system. Now what you have to do that, just it is for your verification, data preparation, right?
Yes, sir.
Data pre-processing, we call that one, right? So now next, you need to click on next. You can see that there are 72 records, means 72 rows are there in your file, in the original file.
Yes, sir.
That's the reason you can see that 72 there, right? 6 columns and 72 rows. Yeah, next. Next. You're mapping the data to these structures. Next. Report. Yeah, finish. Yes. Oh, please click on the status bar. That status.
Yes, sir.
Great. Good job. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, great. So can anyone repeat the same process? Just one more. I want the response from one more student so that, at least, you should understand, right? What should be the takeaway from this session, right? You should be able to do it, right? Even one concept, still, I say that your mission will be accomplished. If you don't do anything, just simply watch, that may not make any sense, isn't it? Yeah. Who is volunteering? Good job, Sangeeta. So anyone else? Just I want one more person. I think yesterday Lavanya was very active. Today I don't know that why she is not active today. Yeah, can you give it a try? I'll make you do that one. Don't worry. Yeah, Sangeeta, don't leave the session. We have one more concept to cover. Right? This is not the end of the session. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Can anyone just? I want one more person. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to college to home. Okay, that's fine. Grishmika. Hello, Grishmika. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
sir. Actually, I couldn't use the laptop right now. So,
Okay. Okay, no
yeah.
problem. Is it possible to get it in 1 or 2 minutes?
No, sir. Actually, I'm at the office, so I can't.
Actually, you are at office. Okay, no problem. That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
sir.
Okay, it's okay. Uh, Sai Kirtana? Hello, Sai Kirtana? Yeah, just I want one more person, then I can move on to the next topic. Okay, if you don't say anything, what do we have to? Snehal, Navya, Samek,
Sure.
just one of you. Yeah, please. Can you give it a try? I'll make you do that. Unless you do that, you never understand and never you get to know that. Always you remember that. You have to do it for yourself. Okay. Um, Next, what is the next thing? See, we created a structure. Actual this one. This is a planning model, right? Not analytical model. So what are the advantages of just a planning model? What are the differences between a planning model and analytical model? See, your theory and practical both should go hand in hand, or else you will just get stuck at one point. Only one thing, you cannot just drive for longer journey, right? That will stop somewhere. Okay. Anyways, I think no one is willing to uh, participate in that one. That's absolutely fine. Let's move on to the next concept. Okay. See, now what we have done so far, right? We created a planning model, and you can see that it allows us to write back on planning workflows. Write back means we using this one we can create uh, forecast and budgeting, right? So, and whenever you create a budget, the reason what happens, budget means you are allocating your resources, right? So, and you may have any organization, definitely there will be more employees, right? And different departments, how that resources should be allocated, right? So, what are the drivers? How do you measure performance, right? So the performance would be measured by their business output, right? So like the but there are many people they are behind the scenes, right? Then how you can allocate resources for them and how to incentivize those people so that they will be more interested in their job and know that the decision makers make sure the growth of that organization, right? Definitely the growth should be there, right? So for that, we can use we can design this in such a way that you can allow user to input those values, right? So that concept we call as a parameter, or you can also use a particular number, but hard-coded numbers are not really encouraged. Means, your user may not find any purpose in that one. I mean, he may say that one when the system is not so flexible, he may not find that as a useful resource, right? So it should be flexible, right? So now, what we have done, we map CSV to SAC dimension, right? That is what we have done. And one second, what we are going to create two more versions, right? We created actuals, right? So then we are going to create budget and forecast, right? So in budget and forecast, you can change the values, right? Because it should allow us, what would be the next year's sales. Based on this year's sales, you can predict it, right? I mean, you can add some growth factor, right? And for planning, how to set up that planning environment. We get the data from the previous year, and we can do that either manual copy or automated action. So, when you are copying manually, when you are calculating it separately, there is a chance of making mistake. Instead of that, we can automate that process. In the beginning of the session, I explained to you that, right? Data action means you just make all these things and you play your data action on your stories or on your models on different models, right? So, but how that would be useful for us? What are the benefits of that automation? Workflow automation, we call that one, right? What are the benefits of that? In workflow automation, so we can avoid that redundancy. Sometimes we do the same thing again and again. We'll forget again, we'll get frustrated. We think that we could have avoided that, right? So if you design that one, you can just avoid that totally. So that will, you can make use of the resources for that improvement, right? And okay. Always, you green check mark, you saw that, right? That would give the indication of that integrity check, right? So all these things are in line. So that's what I mean, it showed. And like, see, you are building interfaces, right? End user data interfaces, right? And sometimes there will be, and okay, not sometimes here when we are working on that one, I said that we should not change the actual values. It means that we should log those values, right? That thing we should really keep that in mind. As a planner, you have to log that values. That is the first step. You can see that, right? Log actual versions. So that, by mistake also you may change the value, right? So that may be unintentional, right? So, and you can create a planning story. We have many resources, many tools for that, right? And you can add data actions, like, implementing automated spread distributed calculation logic for efficient planning means sometimes we use scripting. I really advise that one because you can see those mathematical formulas, and we have that SAC's advanced capabilities, right? Those formulas are like regular English words only, not like very like it's like coding or something. You don't need to worry about that, don't need to get scared of that. So those are very simple expressions. Using that expression, so you can script that one. Okay, so this is the summary of this one, like how to import the data, right? You created your model. Now next, what we are going to do, that we are going to do data action, right? One second, just a second, give me a moment. Okay, let's say this one. Now you can see that data action here. From the model also you can create the data action, and data action also you can create as a separate entity, right? So you can see that one, like yeah, let's call this one as that okay, retail sales, right? Yeah, retail retail sales. Default model would be, we'll select that our model, the model which we created just now. We'll use that as a default model, right? See, once you create, then here you can see that this part, this will get activated. Copy step. This is allocation, and this is advanced formula, right? Here, copy step also you can define it. So, like target versions, how to define it, right? You can give that as a parameters, or you can select the member, public actuals. And you can add filters to that. Filters, generally what we use, what should we use? Date, we use it. Okay, we can choose 2025, right? So that is the baseline for us. And you can add copy rules. What are the rules you can add, right? Measures, product, amount we choose. See, what we say that amount, target member, like maybe 10% increase with that next year, right? So can multiply that by 1.1%. You can give that any expression. Sorry. Second two. We'll create amount also, then we will change that values there, right? So likewise, see, one thing is there in 10 minutes, I may not complete all these three things, and we cannot play that one. We don't have much time, right? So, but my request is that please all of you create and import that data, and until that version management, create the that one version model. And if you are interested, like you can reach out us anytime, right? So, and like you focus on like allocation, other things, based on that, how I mean what proportion one item is compared to the rest of the thing. So based on that, you can just allocate your resources, so you can do that all the calculation. So you will really understand once you do that. Without doing, if I just explain to you as a story, it may not make any sense, correct? So any question, please, if you have any question, please ask us. Do you have any question? Hello? 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 Are you there? See, your participation is equally important. I want everyone to participate. Your interaction should be there. If you don't say anything,
Yes,
just
sir.
what is the just use of that one, right? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, thank you. Uh, Basically, what we discussed about planning models. So why we did not use analytical model here? Can anyone tell me that? You could have used analytical model here, right? Why didn't we do that one? Yeah, please tell me. See, in analytical model are read-only models. You can't just write back anything, right? And here, budgeting and forecasting, you have to just enter those values and you should see that output, right? And those things also you can save it, right, for future reference. So, and
Yes, sir.
great. So that's the reason we used planning model, right? And what about data action? See, workflow automation, we call that one. Data automation is one of the components in workflow automation. What do you mean by workflow automation? Please tell me. Yeah, only one student is interacting with me. That's really good. But what about others? If you are like at home or somewhere, like still you can talk to me, right? You may not have access to that laptop or other thing, but at least you can discuss, you can ask some questions related to it, right? If you think seriously, definitely you'll get some questions. Hello. Yeah. Okay, see, all these resources will be available to you, and people like our seniors, they like share that with you. And 1 second, let me just tell you one important thing, one more thing. 1 second. I plan to do other thing, but actually this This is our today's topic actually. We could have started it. So, but only in that revision only whole thing got wasted, because I mean I don't call that as a wasted, because you should also understand it, right? Main idea is that, like, this is about, can you see my screen, all of you? If I just extend my session like 5 or some minutes, is that okay for you, or you want to end the session at exactly at 6 p.m.?
ఇంకా వేరే సెషన్ అంట.
Actually, they have other session. Okay, no problem. Okay, then we'll end our session. No problem. So just I want to quickly summarize what we have learned from today's session. Can anyone just summarize this one? Please briefly summarize that. So we created planning model by
Session.
import. Yeah.
One more
Yes.
session.
Sorry.
ఒకటా?
Yeah. Go ahead. Please tell me.
You want to take one more session అంట. Need to.
Sorry.
You want to take.
What? No, I didn't get you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Please tell me. Yeah, your voice is breaking. Actually, why I
Their voice is not vocal. Not they are not talking.
why can't you hear me? Am I audible?
audible.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can
I'm
understand me,
audible.
right?
ఎందుకు చెప్పినారా హర్ష ఎందుకు రాంటి దాని క్లిప్స్ దాన్ని పంపతారు.
పర్వాలేదు, చెప్పా, నేను తెలుగులో అయినా చెప్పున్నా. I don't mind. See, language should not be a problem for you. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. Hello.
ఓకే ఇది చెప్తా అంటే అయ్యా.
Yeah, Meno. Yeah, one second. Yeah. Okay, no problem. If you don't have any questions, we will just wind up our session. So, like, mainly we discussed model and data structure, then version framework, right? So, version framework, there are three things. Are you reading it out, or you just, without your knowledge, you turned on your mic? Okay, no problem. If you want to revise it, that's really great. If you don't want also, no problem. Okay, hello. And next, see, we covered model and data structure, version framework, and data seeding.
ఇంకో సెషన్
data
తీసుకుంటాను
seeding-
కదా.
Sorry. And we also checked that validation, but security we did not. I mean, we did not log those values, right? Logging is the next level. That one also we could have done it. We did not do that one in our session. Okay, so this was our today's summary. If you have any questions, any concerns, just you can ask me. And if you don't have anything, no problem. So, okay, students, all the best, and for your examination, and we are here for you to support, and any doubts or other thing, you can get back to us, right? Okay, then, take care. Bye. Okay, students, it's been really nice to talk to you. Take care. Bye-bye. Sharing screen.